All right, the time is finally nigh. We're gonna do the big barrel test 2K23. We've got every barrel that takes a Planet Eclipse PWR or die ULI insert. We've got every power insert barrel on the market right now. We're gonna do some thoughts, some overview. We're gonna go through some of these barrels. All of them have very different porting philosophies. Some have very different design philosophies. We're gonna just see what we like. I know a lot of people are tube people. I generally disagree, but I agree in the sense I'm not gonna do an accuracy test. We're gonna use the same bore size on everything, so accuracy is not gonna matter at all. No barrel is more accurate than the other, but a lot of them have some very deliberate porting changes. I think porting makes a big difference in terms of water ingress and sound signature. Build quality, length, interior finish. There's a lot of things that do matter. And I think that when people say tube is tube, they always like to normalize, well, if all the porting and the lengths, if everything's all the same, a barrel's a barrel. I'm like, well, that's why they have different barrels. So we're gonna test that, right? So I am Nick. I've got Noah here.
Hello.
Hello.
Nick, what are we shooting on today?
And together we are the Fun Guns Buffs, PB Bros here. So here's what we're going. We've got a Deadly Wind double spiral ported power insert back. We have the Parabolic S63 twister. More on that later. I have the Lone Barrel, which is not a power insert barrel, but I wanted to put it in the mix because it's crazy. This is the one with the self-centering inserts. We have an so here's the Parabolic twister. We have a Carbon Nano 760 micro ports carbon barrel Nano. We have the infamous Silencio Power GRP, the power grip, front and back with the window lid delete back. We have the die forged carbon insert, the FCI, with the ULI tip. The back's gonna make no difference, so just relax. We have the Inception Stella PWR barrel. I don't think, it's with the 689 tip, because that all paint is super small. And then we have the old carbon power with the old school porting. And then we also have the new Silencio double helix,
Which we'll grab.
carbon, power tip. And then, don't forget the actual standard, the one that started it all, the Planet Eclipse S63 with their stock tip.
And keep in mind, every 3 decibels double the amount of volume.
Right. So, yes. So it is, if you don't know, the decibel scale is not linear. A decibel change of 3 decibels doubles the sound pressure level. Maybe these. Another thing is that this is not an absolute value test. Right now our and this is me talking. I have it set to hold max value. We're at 89.9. That's just me talking right now. So I'm kind of shouting a little bit because I'm outside.
That's why me talking right next to the mic.
Right. But this isn't, it isn't when you see another video of a guy with a decibel meter, don't say, well, his is showing this and yours is showing this. It's not good for comparison in that regard. This is a shitty decibel meter. It's not a high precision material. There's too many variables to normalize for. So this is just a test within itself. So one barrel is this value, the next barrel is this value. It's good to compare within itself. It's not a global sound pressure comparison. So, all right. Let's reset.
Our sound floor is 50.
So here we have the standard Planet Eclipse S63 barrel with a 680 insert. Let's do a little bit of velocity. We'll do 3 shots for velocity. 294, 277, 287, 285, 275. So that puts our average at 275.
Our max decibel was 86.9.
86.9, and here is a little. So our average 287 plus or minus 7.4 feet per second. And what's our max?
93.8.
93.8. And that's on a stream. So I think one shot versus stream is going to be difference in sound pressure. So we'll keep them both going. That's a tip. So, on this barrel, while we're swapping out here, I don't like the window. I think the milling is very aggressive. It's a little chunky, but it does weigh a lot less than you would expect. I think it's a really nice barrel. I love the FL barrels. I think the S63, it's nice thin walls. The concentricity is nice. Nice rubber back. I mean, it's a good barrel, right? Pretty standard. So now we have the Deadly Winds. This is the double spiral ported. So let's do a couple shots. 283, 286, 285, 300, 293.
87.6 for single
87.6.
shot. 105.8.
105.8, and that has an average of 288 plus or minus 4. So we're using the same insert, so any difference is just going to be down to barrel, I think. Probably not, I don't know. But, you know, this paint, we bought a brand new case just for this. So all this paint is fresh from the same batch. I think it's GI 3-star. I don't know. So it's pretty good stuff. So let's reset. So this is the Lone Paintball self-sizing barrel. Not really included in our test, but I haven't seen any videos on this yet, so this one's, you know. $269, $273, $280, $270, $279. Weird.
I gotta say, from a third party, it has a much different sound.
Weird.
Signature, shot signature.
Yeah, the other two?
I mean, just right there tells you barrels aren't all the same.
No, it is. They're all the same.
1081.
Yeah, it's loud. It's a nail gun. You should shoot this one. It's weird. It's very mechanical. Okay, all right. You can hear that there's the
Yeah, you can hear it working.
It's very weird. I don't like it. It's very loud. And
The single shot was about 90.
oh, so it was okay.
Single shot wasn't.
My inserts.
What was the decibel of that?
Probably high.
1081.
Nice.
You just hold this.
Yeah. Gotta go back to the max. All right, so here we have in my actual S63 tip for the PWR back is out at Nano. So I have the FL on a Stanchi FL adapter. So porting is the same, so bear with me. The thing I don't like about this current generation of parabolic barrels, I'm a big parabolic fan. They're milled too thin. The twists are too aggressive. There's so much flex. It feels cheap. I don't like these barrels as much, to be honest with you. But 278, 275, 294, 279, 285. 87.9? That's the quietest so far, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
$105.4.
So that is 290 plus or minus 7.4. So pretty low. That means that lone barrel's twice as loud as that fucking thing. Okay. Thank you. So again, it's also the only barrel to have a barrel break so far. So insert's clean, so that must have been just at the tip. All right, so now we have this guy. And now we have this guy. We have, so I really like Carbon. I think they have a really fun, you know, they're the only guys doing stuff like that, which I appreciate. So we got their new barrel. It is the Nano. So tons of porting. You know, same bore size and everything here. So let's take a look. Oh. 278, 280, 276, 277, 280. That
Sounds quieter.
you can
just,
tell that's immediately quieter. Okay, let's.
just third party.
So 290 plus or minus 8. No, 16.2 BPS. What's the?
1043.
Okay, that's pretty good. I think the. It sounds quite. I think it.
That average of the stream was like 93. That last shot it kicked up 24.
Okay. Interesting. Well. And I guess here's the thing, which is, with the Silencio, some people are saying it's a louder barrel. For the trade-off of the water ingress protection here. So that the ports are so small, it's really a rain barrel, which I think is really nice. So I like that a lot.
And
That
it's
sounds-
raining here today.
And it is raining, so. Okay. So here is the.
Carbon,
This is the regular carbon.
standard carbon.
Carbon power. See, that shot sounded good. Doesn't sound. 283, 286, 281, 279.
87.1. 1033. So
That's slow.
it's low. It sounds the same to me between
Yeah.
the two carbons.
So that was 282 average plus or minus 7, 15.9 BPS. I feel like these two carbons, 'cause I've been a subscriber of lots of porting. Carbon really puts a lot of ports on their stuff. And I think what that test is showing me is that you can run the rain barrel, the Nano, and your gun isn't any louder as a trade-off.
No, those carbons are noticeably quieter
Yeah.
than the
Ones we've done so far.
Yeah, those are nice. Okay. So here is the Dye ULI, and Dye is touting that they're more concentric, that their backs meet up better, and they've got some. You see how I like Dye barrels. I've got
86.7. That's just a low single shot.
yeah. Okay. Let's try it. 285, 285, 285, 300. Finally, 283, 294. Okay. Try a
Ribbit.
little-
1034.
So it's
That's
in
the lowest. I
lowest.
think, so
Okay.
far.
I haven't been noting.
I mean, these dye barrels, they do shoot good.
Plus they look good.
Plus, they just look good. Oh, actually, I don't think he did break anything.
I think that was just these are sitting out in the rain.
Okay, that's fair. So here's the Inception. I guess there's a little rain in there.
Footnote:
Okay.
we're in the rain.
Yeah, it's currently raining right now. So. Okay, so here's the Inception. Again, similar to the Carbon Nano. I think Simon, I really appreciate his design philosophy. Tons of ports. I like ports. 279, 287, 290, 294, 280, 284.
87.5.
Okay, so
All these are about the same
About
single
the same.
shot. Wow. That was 105.8, but the average was 95 until the end there.
Okay,
Somehow at the end it kicks
It
up
kicks
a
it.
decibel.
so that was 289 FPS average plus or minus 6.9. So very consistent. I just think that's because this is the smaller. We're running a 280.
Yeah.
And this is a 289, so the step difference is
Yeah, Parabolic's
very
nice barrel.
small.
Kind of ugly.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit ugly. That's the freak. Give me that other one. Oh, these things are just sitting out in the rain. A little bit of rain in these barrels here. Oh, grab that, the spiral, the double. Okay, so here's the Silencio in its element. When it's raining, we got a lot of water in the barrel. Okay. 277,
Well, that first shot's high.
291, 267, 295.
90.8 for the single
90.
shot.
Okay.
107.3, and also noticeably louder as a third party.
Yeah. But 288 plus or minus 8. So velocity stayed the same. This is louder, absolutely. Just, the data, I don't know how good this fucking decibel meter is, but I'm happy to give you my anecdotal thoughts, which is everything sounds about the same. I think the die sounds great.
I think the carbons in the die are all noticeably quieter than the other ones.
Yeah. Let's see how this double helix goes. So now we have the new.
I think the good thing with the carbons is they look cool.
Yeah.
And so right now they've been very quiet. And then the ULI is just a classic standard barrel.
And
Yeah.
you got to give it to them. It sounds great. I think if you're buying this insert system, you can't really go wrong. And I think there's no downside to getting the best looking barrel, the die one.
Yeah, I think if you're
shoots-
into barrels, the die is a good barrel to grab. And also the stock PE barrel's totally
Yeah.
fine.
289.
Punchy.
Very different.
86.2, 88.2, excuse me.
Okay, and then let's.
Okay, dated 95.4, which is low.
296 plus or minus 5. It's also the hottest.
It
barrel.
has a unique sound.
It's
punchy.
It's
Poppy.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Here, you want to. It doesn't sound like any of these other barrels. It's a little bit weird.
I mean, it just feels like it's loud, but the data is 101,
107.4.
That is
Okay.
loud.
Well, that's at the high end. Yeah, it's quieter than the other one.
I think if we revisit this die guy,
Yeah, let's do the die back.
I think this is my favorite barrel of the day. What do you think?
I gotta pull that Nano back out after we're done here.
We are now straight up in the rain.
Yeah, it's not just me. No contest.
Yeah,
It's so
it
much
just seems
quieter.
quieter, doesn't it?
Here,
You wanna
back
grab
to
that
back
Nano?
like that, yeah. And then try the sweet Nano. Wow, not a drop of water in that barrel.
Plus the nanos look good, or the carbons look good.
Yeah.
That forged dieback was cool though. You know, I think
It's-
ULI or Nano are the
That
top two
Nano
barrels.
is a poof. It's very muted. It's very dissipated sound. And Nano sounds great. The
Yeah.
ULI sounds like you're shooting a paintball gun. The Nano,
Oh, we peaked 105.4.
okay,
I think I'm a ULI guy.
ULI guy.
I'm gonna declare it.
so what about,
Well, we're out of paint, but
Well, okay.
well, thanks for watching.
Hey, good work, everyone. Thank you. So what do you think? Final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Number one, ULI plus the forged carbon back is so cool.
It's money.
What we did on ours, I don't know if you noticed it, was that gray band is kind of ugly, so we just got a silicone wedding ring and
Yeah.
threw it on there.
So it's a men's size 10 if you want to swap out.
So if you want to do that,
Yeah.
The forged carbon is just cool. I think this is second favorite,
Yeah.
and I think those are my top two. If I had to do a third, I would do the Helix.
Helix is cool.
because it's just unique.
My least favorite of the day is that fucking Lone. That self-sizer. Absolutely the loudest.
Except I was impressed that it worked. I mean, the
Yeah.
technology works, but it's an ugly barrel and it sounds weird.
It does sound weird.
But proof of concept. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Proof of concept.
The Deadly Wind is just, I mean, what can you say wrong about a Deadly Wind, right? It's just
I think at the end of the day, the CS3 did a nice
That's-
job.
the real winner.
We're out here in the rain. We're shooting cheap paint. It's cold.
Yeah.
No
There's
issues.
water, there's standing water in the barrels. And everyone's having a good time. I will say, final thoughts on my end. Truly, I think the best barrel system is the AccuLock, but it's fun. I think that it's the ugliest barrel on the market, but I think the only machining thing you can do is have a well-aligned barrel, which is their whole thing.
Yeah. I
like
do
the-
like the parabolic that the fronts are sized as well.
Yeah.
because I think that that was the most consistent.
Yeah,
I
well,
think.
yeah, I think that Stella and the Parabolic were both really nice. I don't know. I mean, you can't go wrong, except for maybe this OG straight line ported Silencio.
Yeah,
It's
they
just
look
loud. It looks sick, but it's just loud. And then I think, okay, I think that's it. You know, happy barrel day. I don't think you're in the wrong, as we can show. Different barrels have different appreciable variables.
I mean, we'll have to crunch the data and we'll put a chart up maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Or put it in the comments. But it was
Okay.
maybe a 3 decibel change, which is a lot.
Yeah.
But I think when you're playing paintball and people are yelling and there's a lot of people shooting, it doesn't matter. I think just shot signature changes barrel to barrel.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it's just aesthetic as well.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with spending money on things that look good.
Right.
Like, what's the problem? You know? Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you, Barrels.
Bye, barrels.